This season on Hellfire Heroes.
27-year-old female, non-conscious.
Fire dispatch responding for MVI.
Welcome to winter.
Little rattled, eh? And what is this guy doing?
Some young kids falling off the bridge. Where are you?
It's 22 floors up.
Oh, a lot of hot wiring.
Hang on, it's getting worse.
Farmer ingenuity.
Let's do this, you guys! Let's do this!
I was gonna sleep in there this night.
This was as close to a miracle as you could get.
Crank it up! 100 PSI!
The fire there, it moves like crazy.
Watch this guy. Look at the knife.
We confirm now that it's a fatality.
It's rolling in there.
And I think we gotta go.
In rural counties and small towns across Canada, a special breed of firefighters risk their lives to serve and protect the people who live and work here.
When it's game day, it's on until the last person is safe.
Let me get you out of here just a moment.
Our fire crews put their lives on the line every day.
In British Columbia, Alberta, and Saskatchewan, firefighters are the last line of defense and everyday heroes.
It's all about honor, courage, dedication. Serve something greater than yourself.
It's wildfire season in Alberta. When the snow melts and the rivers and streams begin to swell, the wildlands get hot. The grass turns brown and dry, and it only takes a spark to ignite the fires.
The start of the wildfire season is whenever the wildfire season wants to start. We're encroaching out into the forest. It was there first. So when there's a fire out there and it's coming to the homes, we got to know what to do.
Chief Jamie Coutts knows this from experience. In his first year as chief of the Lesser Slave Regional Fire Service in 2011, an arson fire likely triggered a blaze that destroyed over 400 homes.
It's like something out of a war movie, isn't it?
And forced the evacuation of Slave Lake's 7,000 residents.
Nothing has humbled me more in my life than to be the fire chief of a town that lost a great percentage of the homes inside of it. Your only saving grace is that no one got killed. By luck or by design, that's what happened. For us, it's to remember how we felt on that humbling day, and to make sure that it doesn't happen to you again, ever.
We'll have you respond for a vehicle fire.
So when a call comes in for a truck on fire carrying 28,000 liters of crude oil, Jamie knows full well what's at stake.
The truck's on fire. If it burns through the tank, we're gonna have a large flammable liquid fire that's gonna spill out onto the highway.
Just an update for you. We did have a call from the truck driver. He is carrying emulsion oil, and it has started the grass around the vehicle. It's on fire as well.
We also have the truck fire starting to light the grass on fire, which is burning down and lighting the trees on fire. So we've got kind of 3 different kinds of fire all going with this huge 28,000 liter threat or bomb sitting on the back of the truck waiting to go off.
Near the town of Bologna in northern Italy, an oil tanker crashed into a semi. The semi's fuel tanks exploded. After a few short minutes, the fire reached the oil tanker and triggered a second explosion. The driver died, and over 70 were injured by flying glass when nearby windows shattered.
16106. 151 is going. 1210
Dispatch copies.
On routine calls, Chief drives a pickup to be first on scene. But on this call, he's bringing the tanker.
The tanker is a fantastic piece of equipment. It hauls 2,500 gallons of water. Its only drawback is that it's slow to get there.
The chief's son, Ryan Coutts, is in engine 161.
Slave Lake unit, bad driver central out here, so you gotta arrive safe. Copy that.
Ryan is 22 years old, and this year he's just been promoted to lieutenant.
Been around for a little while, but still very young for a position like that. I come from a long line of leaders in my family, and I think that I probably have some of those leadership qualities.
Ryan passes Jamie.
Everyone in BA.
He's first on scene and takes command.
Charge that line, Mario!
The heat is intense, and tires are exploding.
Yeah, hit it!
Engine 161 carries about 400 gallons of water.
Hey! Yo!
Until more trucks arrive, that's all they've got. But Ryan's not ready to quit.
Losing is something that firefighters don't like to do. We always just try and put as many resources and as many hands and as many brains together to overcome whatever the problem is.
Ryan's focused on the engine fire. He's got to knock it out before the heat reaches the oil tanks.
Keep going, keep going, keep pushing! All the way up, keep it from getting to that thing! Keep hitting on it!
With the flames knocked out, the crew moves in to cool down the red-hot metal and to prevent reignition.
Freeze! Go, shut it off! Hurry up!
By now, the grass fire is looking more like a forest fire.
DC, we're gonna need a call to Forestry too here. She's in the trees already. Copies, I'll get on the phone.
And it'll be a hard fight to contain it until reinforcements arrive. 287 kilometers to the southwest, near Edson, Alberta. It's a little after 4 a.m., and Chief Albert Bahri responds to a motor vehicle incident.
Dispatch on fire control. Just be advised, details on this call. It is a semi-truck that was hauling a Caterpillar.
Albert is in charge of protective services for Yellowhead County, a 22,000 square kilometer region.
Engine 9 on scene. We have RCMP also on scene. We'll do a recon right now.
A crew from one of the county's 7 fire stations is already on scene, trying to make sense of the wreck.
We have 7 fire stations that we have in Yellowhead County, and it truly is a family affair. We fight fire together, we cry together, we do all that stuff together. It's a big family. And it's really neat to see when all those stations come together in a larger call, how nothing changes. It's all the same, always the same. It's a large family.
Scene update. Driver's been located. The cat has completely obliterated the cab.
Okay, and what are we doing here? Is this a removal or is this a viable patient?
Removal.
The driver did not survive the crash, nor did his passenger.
Complete carnage. There is nothing left of that vehicle. You don't even recognize the truck. It has just been destroyed.
I think what happened was it went up over the cab, and then the ripper grabbed it and pulled everything forward, because they look like they're still in their seats.
They were both in the cab. It appears one may have been possibly driving, and the other could have possibly been in the sleeper area.
Since both occupants were killed, the exact cause of the accident may never be known. But it's clear that the truck was carrying a bulldozer when it left the road and its front wheel slammed into the deep ditch. The inertia from the high-speed stop forced the bulldozer to fly forward, launching into the air off the trailer. As the heavy front blade of the bulldozer smashed into the truck's cabin, both the driver and the passenger were instantly killed.
The piece of heavy equipment itself is in front of where the semi is, and the cab is virtually obliterated. There's nothing left to it.
That's going to be probably a 3 or 4 hour long removal that we have to do to get them out of there.
Anytime there's a fatality, it's a sad night. There's no more you can do for those people. There's nothing you can do to bring them back. So now we have to provide that care as well as the dignity that they need and honor them as they come out.
Recovering the remains of the victims will be a difficult and delicate operation. The wreck is 10 meters from the roadside, and the ground is muddy. The only way to untangle the victims from the wreck with dignity and respect will be with a heavy-duty crane.
What's the ETA of the crane?
ETA is 45 minutes to 1 hour, over.
Even for this veteran fire chief, extricating 2 victims from this massive wreck with a tall, heavy crane could be a challenge.
Dispatch clear.
and he's got less than an hour to come up with a safe and viable plan. "287 kilometers to the north,
I need that long line down here now.
and less than 10 kilometers from the town of Slave Lake on Highway 2. Truck 121 just arrived on the scene of a burning semi loaded with 28,000 liters of oil.
You guys are in charge of the truck fire. We'll take the flush.
Lieutenant Ryan Coutts gives the crew his orders for fighting the fire.
This line down there.
The fire that spread into the dry grass is now climbing into the treetops.
161's 2 lines are in charge of that. 121 will take all this.
One line is directed to cool off the oil tanker. The rest of the water will go to the bushfire. And Ryan is hoping he's got enough to finish the fight before he loses control.
Water's coming, water's coming.
All Slave Lake crews, I'm on scene.
There's no hydrant nearby, so Chief Jamie Coutts just arrived with a tanker, a heavy load with plenty of water power.
The tanker carries 2,500 gallons of water. The trucks only carry 800 gallons of water. So it carries 3 times as much water. When we're fighting fires, that's a big deal.
It's away from the oil tank. It can smolder now here. These guys, we're gonna use 121's water to get that under control. This can smolder until we get more water.
Ryan's there, and he's already doing all the things that we need him to do.
How much did it go in over there, or not at all?
Not at all, man.
Okay, sweet, yeah.
And so, I hand it off to him and just go back and run my truck.
We have 2 medium helicopters en route to your location.
Alberta Forestry has dispatched 2 helicopters with orders to water bomb the hotspots, to kill the fire before it spreads and devastates the town of Slave Lake, as it did in 2011. In Alberta, about 40 kilometers east of Edson, a catastrophic crash has killed 2 truck drivers.
As the dozer had actually gone over the cab of the truck, it passed over them and grabbed a hold of the area that they were in.
Chief Albert Bahri called for a hydraulic crane to assist in the recovery of the bodies.
If those pins are as loose as what we think they are, this is going to work perfectly.
Swamp mats are laid down to provide firefighters with a firm ground to work on.
This is a huge challenge from the perspective of what's going to happen when we lift the piece of equipment. How hard is it going to be to lift? It's in mud, so it may have some suction on it, so there may be a challenge with that.
Once the truck is stabilized on the road surface, the crane can be extended. The plan is to access the victim's remains by hoisting the bulldozer off the wreck. The maneuver is fraught with danger.
So the pins are all under the shanks, so we'll stay back out of the way, let them rig it, lift it, pull it, then Darius can climb in it, even if it gets swamped over there, I don't care, and then we'll go to work.
A heavy wrecker was also brought in to augment the lift.
There they go.
Perfect.
Yep.
Yes. So the crane was actually going to lift the dozer up, and the plan was to have the heavy wrecker pull the dozer sideways so we could pivot it, get it away from where we wanted to do our work.
Let's try that. Come, let's even come sideways. Yeah, set it down.
With the bulldozer out of the way,
This one, yep.
firefighters can now remove the massive ripping device that was attached to the rear of the bulldozer.
Just put it on that side.
They perform this task cautiously, one heavy shank at a time.
Drape it down over that edge, Brent, and tuck it underneath.
Finally, firefighters are able to access the victims.
To remove the bodies in a dignified manner, that's the most important thing for us. Treat them with respect. We do know they have family members, and those family members would want us to treat them that way. We take it like they're our family members.
This call will linger on for probably another week to week and a half as we just move through the process of making sure everybody understands what happened or any issues that they may have seen. Anytime you deal with death or destruction, it's trying, it's stressful, and truthfully, stress kills. So we gotta come in and sit everybody down, talk to them, but just to discuss it and make sure everybody understands that they have a place to vent. And I think the more we encourage and make it the norm now, I think it's going to be that much easier for these people to say, I think I'm having an issue. Can I talk to somebody?
"287 kilometers to the north,
Second truck is all ready.
a truck fire turned into a bushfire.
We really have to get a handle on this now because with the winds blowing like they are, if this thing gets away with us, we're looking at another potential forest fire threat to the communities.
Captain Bruce Turnbull just showed up with more water.
Yeah, keep a good eye on your water load.
He's a guy you can count on for everything, so you give him something to do, he's gonna get it done. He's gonna get it done fast, gonna get it done right.
Yeah, right there. Good job, buddy.
With a fresh load of water, Ryan and his crew hit the hot spots in the bush.
Okay, good. Keep going.
While Alberta Forestry drops more water loads from the air. The bushfire is contained, and the oil tanker is cooling off.
We're looking pretty good.
Slave Lake firefighters know this was a close call.
Okay. Yeah, bring her down.
And the Alberta wildfire season is in full swing. A raging bushfire is about 50 kilometers from Slave Lake, but it's not a threat to the town. Another fire is moving fast towards the town of High Level, about 800 kilometers north of Slave Lake.
Ryan, hold!
So when Jamie gets a 5 a.m. call for help in High Level, it's game on, and he takes his lieutenant along with him.
Well, my house, it's easy. I just run downstairs and kick Ryan's bed, say, hey, let's go, bud. The two of us jumped in one of our trucks with a tank in the back and said, let's get going with that.
With the chief gone, it'll be up to Deputy Chief Alex Pavcek, aka DC, to hold down the fort.
With Chief being gone up north, it's my job to step up and fill his boots, and they're pretty big boots, so I'll make sure that I do the best that I can.
And sure enough, DC gets a call.
Slave Lake will have you respond for an outdoor fire in a patch of spruce trees beside Devonshire Campground.
And it's a wildfire.
Or did it say it was spreading?
Copy 103 this morning.
Dave, 122-151.
151, let's go!
The information coming in is very vague, but we know it's close to town, so we're going to try and hit it as hard as we can, as fast as we can.
Yeah, it's getting into the spruce. There's homes to the west about 100 meters, so definitely need tankers, park permits.
And when I looked over to the left, there's a huge column of black smoke. So I knew right away that we were in for a big firefight.
Slave Lake volunteer Captain David Perkinson is also en route.
Look at that fire. It's probably got a couple of hectares on it already, and they called us when it was like soon it started. So it's moving pretty fast from what I can see.
The fire is about 7 kilometers out of town, near a row of houses. And for the residents and firefighters of Slave Lake, it's a nightmarish memory filled with the horrors of the 2011 fire that devastated their town. A bushfire just erupted in High Level, Alberta. And firefighters from all across the region have been called to help, including Chief Jamie Coutts.
We're sitting around the supper table in High Level, and we've had a really stressful, long day. We've been doing some back burning and trying to save their community and putting up some structure protection. And all of a sudden, you look at the phone, and there's a fire blowing up less than 2 kilometers from town. You feel pretty helpless.
While the chief is in High Level, his deputy chief, Alex Pavcek, aka DC, is in charge.
Grand Prairie Dispatch 103, you can call this Highway 88 fire, Deputy Chief Pavcek in command.
DC, it's Bird Dog 132. Get them to spray down everything on the side of the road. If they can do that, they can stop it from coming across.
Alberta Forestry is already on the scene, and they've orchestrated a plan of attack with a little help from an aerial supervisor.
Bird Dog, this is 103. I copied that transmission. We'll get the guys to start working on the road on the east side of the road.
The first plane to come in is what they call the Bird Dog. That's kind of the boss of those guys.
Bird Dog provides situational awareness to the firefight teams working on the ground. He'll also draw a path for the water bombers to follow, for their drops. Then they'll follow that path at different altitudes, like a roundabout.
They come in, they do a low pass with their siren going to alert everybody on the ground that there's more planes coming and they're going to be doing some drops.
Spray it down heavy as you go across, and then just watch the houses.
Copy that. Get down there, it's coming right for these houses. Get this line out, get some piss packs in there if you can. Watch up top!
Knowing that the officers are responding, as they get on scene, I'm giving them jobs.
Just start spraying the whole thing. Okay.
Captain Ferguson was the first officer to arrive on scene.
We want to choke the out of that. We want to choke the out of that.
Dave knew coming in, we need to get in there and get some water in it.
Let's go, all you guys. We want water on this edge right now. We want to save these houses.
A row of houses is situated directly across from the burning forest.
Let's go, water! Yeah, you guys got water?
There's a lot of hot embers and ash, and our hope is to settle that down so that the houses behind us don't catch on fire.
Hey guys, that's just a small fire. Where's this down? Let's go, the whole thing. Giant smoke over there, Jeff. Go that way.
The objective here is not to attack the fire directly, but to contain it by soaking down the grass and the trees. If they can slow it down until the air tankers arrive, the water bombs can stop the flames from jumping across the road.
Bombers are coming! Good! Bombers are coming!
The bombers are coming in to do a drop.
As the bombers approach,
Bombers are coming!
the firefighters retreat to safety before the air attack begins. 1,700 kilometers southeast in Saskatchewan, hot and dry weather conditions are also in effect. But for the firefighters protecting the city of Swift Current, population 18,500, it's mostly medical calls that keep them busy.
Fire on code 3 for EMS assist.
Aaron Stewart grew up in Swift Current and married his high school sweetheart.
Med call.
When a med call comes in, there's a lot of thinking about, based on limited information, what I'm gonna do when I get to that call.
The elderly male that's fallen, unknown injuries.
We show up and EMS is already on scene.
We got a code.
Cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
Stay here, guys.
A cardiac arrest means the heart has stopped beating.
Hey, what happened?
He just fell over his oxygen cord and...
It's go time as soon as you show up. Jimmy jumps straight onto the chest for CPR. I jump on airways, and EMS is kind of helping us and running the call.
Where do you at for compressions?
At the same time, we have an AED hooked up.
Push, analyze.
An AED, automatic external defibrillator, what it's doing is it's taking a peek at that heart and it's saying, I see this rhythm or I don't see this rhythm.
Analyzing now. Stand clear.
So if it sees that arrhythmia, it's going to tell you shock. If it doesn't see that arrhythmia, it's going to be no shock advised.
Analyzing now.
You're hoping for a shock advised.
No shock advised.
When the AED detects an arrhythmia or an irregular pulse, it means a shock can jumpstart the heart and reestablish a regular heartbeat. If the AED does not detect a pulse, first responders will continue CPR during the trip to the hospital to maintain the patient's blood circulation.
Pretty standard operating procedure for us there. We rode the ambulance in, doing compressions and ventilations, and I think we got to go.
A massive wildfire threatens High Level and the Bush River Reserve of the Denetah First Nation, about 500 kilometers north of Slave Lake, Alberta.
You want to know how close the trees are? Reach out, touch one. They're right there. So when the forest and your town are one, you know that if one's having a problem, the other one's having a problem.
While Jamie is fighting the fire at High Level, his second in command, Alex Pavcek, is fighting another fire in Slave Lake.
Watch out, guys, not too close! The bombers are dropping!
A bush wildfire is threatening homes.
The bombers are coming in to do a drop.
And Alberta Forestry is deploying an air attack.
Watch out! Watch out!
We were given a heads up by the incident commander for forestry that the planes are coming. It was nice to have that communication on the ground.
Comes another one!
Air tankers are primarily used for a fast initial attack to prevent the fire from spreading, while ground forces mobilize and extinguish the fire. This fleet of 4 Canadair CL-215 twin turboprops is stationed at the Slave Lake Airport, about 7 kilometers from the fire. The airport is near the shores of Slave Lake, where planes scoop nearly 5,500 liters of water per load. During the wildfire seasons, air tankers across the region shuttle in and out of this airport. But today it's just a short hop, because the fires are raging right next door.
Once they got set up, they had a pretty good turnaround time. It seemed like every minute there was another plane dropping above us.
Holy crap!
These air tankers carry fire-suppressing foam, which they can inject into their water tanks to boost the fire-killing efficiency of straight water.
They decide when they're going to use foam and when they're going to use water. That's a decision that's made on their side.
Watch out for foam!
But you can definitely tell when the foam comes down because it coats the truck.
Find the first hydrant and fill it up! Find the first hydrant and fill it up!
While Alberta Forestry battles the bush wildfire, Alex and his crew protect the homes and re-up their supply of water.
They got 3 more rounds of airstrikes, and then they're gonna call off the planes. We're gonna take all our trucks, go down the road, turn around. I want 1, 2, 3, leave room, get as close to the outside of the road with your pumps as you can so the tenders can come in, fill trucks, turn around, and go back out. Okay? We're putting this thing out. We're planning on being here a while until this fire's out. Hell of a job, guys. Hell of a job. How do you feel about being in charge of water supply?
Perfect, I'll do it. Okay. Yeah.
Captain Bruce Turnbull organizes a 5-minute round-trip water shuttle between the fire and a hydrant.
The main concern right now is making sure that we have enough water to keep these fire trucks fed so that our hand crews have something to fight the fire with. So we're gonna use this truck and 1 other truck to keep filling all these other 3. Discharge, you guys ready out there for number 2? Yep. Okay, 2 discharge. Okay, we're not gonna pull it, guys, we're good. Until we get all those hot spots like this one here under control, then we're very still nervous about this thing.
Over in Saskatchewan, another medical call just came in.
Dispatch from Swift Current Fire Utility 1's arrived on scene to med call. The EMS is already on scene, which is great.
Does any headache, blurred vision, anything like that? Blurred vision.
A woman fainted and collapsed behind a counter.
So what are you feeling right now? Dizzy.
We tried coming in the side door to access where she's at, but there's not really room, so we end up jumping over the countertop where you check in.
We'll make a move?
Yeah.
They've got to get her to the hospital, but moving a patient with unknown injuries can be dangerous.
You're kind of thinking this is a medical call, but it's almost a trauma medical call in together because she's passed out from a standing, right? So now, has she hit her head on the way down? Is there some sort of C-spine precaution we have to take? On 3?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Bye-bye. What time is your shift supposed to end?
Midnight.
Midnight? Oh, you're getting out of work early today. Talking to the patient is something that, you don't actually think about, but it's, a sign of a good medic, I would say, in my opinion. How you doing there? Still with us? Awesome. And that helps on a physiological level, too, right? If we can bring down your heart rate and your level of stress, these help us in whatever your call is. It's a little colder today, hey? What the heck? Where'd that summer go? By the time we got into the unit, her level of consciousness was definitely coming up from the time that we first got there.
You want another 20, Aaron?
Yeah, give me a 20. Our patient needs a line, and I'm on the right side, and people are busy, so I start getting at her.
Do you mind making a fist with this hand for me? Bunch of big, strong fists. There we go.
We're good to go.
You guys are good?
Yeah,
Okay. See you later, Kenzie.
Gotcha. Patient's on her way. She's gonna be fine, and we're back to the hall. Shift over.
In Slave Lake, Alberta,
So let's nail that down. We don't leave no rock unturned.
Alberta Forestry air tankers have just bombed a forest fire with water and fire-suppressing foam.
Yeah, nail it, buddy, nail it.
And Slave Lake firefighters hunt for hotspots.
This is the mop-up stage, so we overturn every log, we check every spot. It's all about taking out all the hot spots and ensuring there's no chance of ignition.
The fire travels down into the ground in some areas where there's peat moss, and that could burn for weeks, months, even longer.
You see how the water stream is more of a piercing one, and that's the way to get at some of those burns that are still sort of smoldering below.
Volunteer firefighter Joanne Hunter leads her crew deep into the bush.
Finish that log, but shoot it down the center, okay?
Helicopters hover above, ready to drop buckets of water on targets marked by the ground forestry crews.
See them waving the stick. This is where they want it to drop, so we're going to be right in the splash zone here in about 60 seconds or less. Heads up!
Most volunteers in the region have trained long and hard on how to fight a structure fire.
Hey, you guys, heads up!
But when fighting a wildfire, they learn you'd better look up.
It's coming from a height. That can do some damage if it landed directly on somebody, right? So heads up, guys! You know, to drop it in there and wiggle their way in through all of that brush to get it into one designated spot like that, these guys do a tremendous job. And this is what they do every day.
Just come right up. We're going to park your truck in the middle of two other units here.
As the sun begins to set, helicopter crews double their efforts to fly as many rounds as they can before they're grounded for the night.
It's under control right now, so we're just trying to do like the finishing touches to make sure everything's extinguished before we walk away from here.
And after a dozen more water runs, after thousands of gallons have been dropped from the sky, there doesn't seem to be a single hot spot left alive, or a telltale puff of smoke.
Very exciting.
Veteran volunteers
The all-female crew, they just keep on.
and younger recruits, everyone can finally breathe easy,
Sweet, perfect.
including the Deputy Chief, who ran this call like a chief.
Be advised, we are disconnecting all our trucks, starting to wrap up. We have turned the fire over to Forestry, and they're gonna take it from here.
We've definitely been tested, and hopefully for Chief, he understands that we're able to, you know, step up and do it while he's gone, so that when he does go away, he can breathe a little sigh of relief and know that the job's gonna get done.
DC is not yet in the clear. The fire that's just 50 kilometers north of Slave Lake has more than doubled in size.
Roger, dispatch copy. Unit 101's on route with 3 members for structural protection. Highway 754, Fire 49.
There's a big fire burning north of Slave Lake, about 50 kilometers, and there's a bunch of trappers' cabins and logging camps and things up there.
Going into the war zone, DC.
The structures that DC and his crew have been asked to protect are located deep in bush country. The crew and their gear are flown to the edge of the fire, where they'll be dropped off and picked up when they radio back that the job is done.
We were able to set our pumps right near a lake, so they have a continuous water source. The next thing's gonna be fuel, and then hose and sprinklers. Where you kind of work your way from the water source to your structures.
Wondering if we should go on either side.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
And just put 2 big ones up.
Yeah.
The trappers' cabins that we usually get out there and deal with, they're made from hand, from scratch, right? These aren't like plywood shanties. You know, people have gone out, chopped up logs, notched them out, built them from scratch. You know, what's the value? You know, you could say, what's the value of that? You know, what's the value of their blood, sweat, and tears? What's the value of their hard labor? What's the value of their sore back? So to us, if that's their trapline home, we want to get out there and save it.
But within 48 hours, the growing fires are threatening far more than a few cabins. An evacuation order is issued for Wabasca and the Big Stone Cree Nation, about 4,000 people in total. Evacuees head south to the Slave Lake Evacuation Center to check in and stock up on fuel and supplies for their escape. And it's time for Chief Coutts to get back home and take care of his own.
This is a town full of people that 40% of them lost their homes and 100% of them had to run out of here. So that's not easy, that's not good, right?
And within hours, the winds pick up and fears of a Slave Lake evacuation are on everyone's mind.
Sounds like things have escalated a little more than we thought.
Slave Lake, Hall 1, all available members report to Fire Hall. Slave Lake, Hall 1, all available members report to Fire Hall.
You're going to be 187. Okay.
Slave Lake will need all the help it can get, so a general call is issued for the 10,000 square kilometer region, and they're responding in record numbers. As information comes in from Alberta Forestry,
you're going to be driving 151. Okay. You're going to have 122 Wildland with you.
Jamie organizes the work and prepares to dispatch his teams.
So this should be a crew of 4. You know, a task force list is built, so we'll break everybody into their teams. Here's the assignments. We're using a wildland truck and a pumper truck and a tanker. That's task force. Those guys are going out to do different jobs, whether it's structure protection or fight fires. At the same time, we're building strike teams. So we'll take 3 tankers, put them together and say, you're going to fill tanks and make sure that there's enough water supply.
Good.
Slave Lake emergency crews distribute 24 6,200-liter tanks, each filled with 18,000 gallons of water in strategic locations in and around the town. Nobody wants a repeat of the 2011 fire, when the town's limited number of fire hydrants failed to meet the demand of the hundreds of firefighters who came to Slave Lake's defense. Once again, firefighters from across the region come together to do whatever it takes to protect and serve.
Our job is to get ready and stay ready and be on that high state of readiness.
Because no one who ever fought or lived through the fire of 2011 can ever forget the pain and suffering.
So I would say we'll do everything around this side. Sprinkler this one, couple on this one probably.
We're gonna start putting up sprinklers to try and protect these houses as best we can.
The wildlands are burning, 50 kilometers north of Slave Lake, Alberta, and Chief Jamie Coutts and his crew are ready for the worst.
Your average people, they don't really understand that constant threat that you live under 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for 30, 40, 50, 60 days in a row. But the firefighters get it, and you know, we band together and make sure that we're doing the best we can.
Fortunately, the winds shifted. The region of Slave Lake was spared, and the residents did not have to evacuate their homes. But close calls like this are fraught with emotion.
Those guys, they risk their life all the time. And they're the difference between us being here today in our home and not.
Tracy's home was one of many threatened by the bushfire. but saved by DC and his crew of volunteers and wildland firefighters.
They got here. By the time I got up the hill, I could hear the sirens. They were here and they were on it. Had they not been here and done what they did, it would have been a whole different story today. They would have been all across the road. We wouldn't have had our houses.
The residents of High Level tell another frightening version of a similar story.
It hasn't been easy. When we were first told about the alert, it seemed surreal.
The approaching fires forced Mona Powers, her husband Randy, and their daughter Jillian and her 3 children to seek shelter with friends, Captain Dave Perkinson and his wife Rachel.
High Level is a small northern town in Alberta that not very many people know about. We got firefighters coming from all the way across Canada just to come help put out this fire. And then to hear on the news that it's 3 kilometers out and bigger than Calgary, just this overwhelming sensation that you might lose your house or one of your friends might lose their house.
I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, my body's tense. While I was sleeping, I'm dreaming about something happening. You're still waiting for the fire to come over the trees.
We were laying in bed downstairs here, and I just said to my husband, I said, you know what? If stuff goes, it goes.
And finally, the rains did come. And rain, and rain, and rain, and rain. You know, the June monsoons just came in July, that's all. It's just got mixed up by a month on the calendar, but definitely rained for quite a few weeks after.
Wildfires aren't going away. They're here to stay. As hotter, drier, and wilder wildfire seasons seem to be the new norm, firefighters will need plenty of help.
You have to be prepared when we tell you to leave. What are you grabbing? How do you get money? What do we do with the animals? We can only prepare so much. You, as a citizen of this community, you also have to take some of that burden on. It's simple things that can save your home.
Next time on Hellfire Heroes, a car rollover calls for an airlift.
Somebody pinned between the vehicle and the ground, that is a gravely urgent situation.
It's really windy out here.
Prairie firefighters take their training to new heights.
It's 22 floors up.
Don't you boys drop me.
And in BC,
It's just rolling in there.
a structure fire turns into a pressure cooker.
113, I need status, please. Status.